This segment is designed to provide an overview of the trust. Depending on whether you are single or married, the trust itself consists of 11 to 12 major article headings. Each article, in turn, contains a number of paragraphs and clauses. The most important of these is Article 1, which comes bundled separately because it contains the pivotal key clauses of the trust. In other words, Article 1 contains the clauses which the trust revolves around. For instance, Article 1 sets forth who the trustees are, the family, who inherits, and other important provisions which the trust centers around, including the signature page. Many trusts unfortunately make these key provisions hard to find and sort through by burying many of them separately, deep within the many other pages and standard clauses of the trust. In contrast, we instead make these key clauses easy to find by grouping them all together in the first pages of the trust under Article 1. This is in fact consistent with what some very prestigious law articles recommend, and though many still don't follow this advice, it is a practice we have long followed even before the publication of such recommendations. Consistent with this approach, Exhibit A is bundled separately and contains all the other major articles of the trust, which consists entirely of numerous, standard but necessary trust clauses, tax clauses, accounting clauses, potential subtrusts, and other supporting language. For example, Exhibit A contains a subtrust called the Young Persons Trust, containing provisions designed to help properly manage, protect, and ensure wise use of an inheritance, until such time that a young beneficiary is old enough to hopefully do this on their own, ages which you generally get to specify in Article 1 of your trust. While the Young Persons Trust may never be needed, it is there just in case there is an underage beneficiary inheriting part of the estate. The Young Persons Trust is but one example of the many such provisions and subtrusts in Exhibit A that help give the trust greater functionality, flexibility, and adaptability. While many of the provisions and subtrusts may never apply to you, it is still important that they are there just in case they are needed, or the situation, circumstances, or directions call for them. Don't be intimidated by the number of pages and extensive language in Exhibit A. While this kind and extent of standard language may be important and necessary to a comprehensive, well-functioning trust, few will find it to be exciting or desirable reading. Though we wouldn't want to discourage anyone from this exciting reading, be forewarned as to Exhibit A's standard, boring, mind-numbing, and sleep-inducing nature. That said, trusts need this kind of language just as a car needs many parts and safety features. Yet it is unlikely that many find the shop manual or torque settings very interesting. That is why we place in Article 1 what most people are most interested in. Article 1 is covered in greater detail in a separate segment.